You have what? You lost a tooth?
Yes, it's my second one that.
Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? Mila lost a tooth. Wow. Mila, did you get money from the tooth fairy?
Yes, I got. This one is just. This one is just growing. This one is growing. These are two grown-ups, and this one is just growing. It's just started.
Wow. Can you show us like really close? Can you come up really close to the camera and show us inside your mouth so we can all see? Even closer. Closer. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that, guys. Those are Mila's missing teeth right there.
This one is the one that is starting. These are the grown-ups, and this and the one in the is the little one is the grown-up tooth, or that is just growing.
Very cool, very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. And so where did the tooth fairy put
this and this one moving?
where did the tooth fairy put the money for the teeth?
This one, I put my tooth under my pillow where I was sleeping, and the tooth fairy that leave the money under the other pillow.
The tooth fairy left the money under your pillow?
No, under my other pillow.
Under your other pillow. So you have two pillows.
Yes, I was sleeping on the red one, and she did put the money. My tooth was under the red one, and she did put the money into the blue one.
Oh, how much money did you get?
And it was $2.
You got $2? Wow. Hey, Lisa, have you lost any teeth yet?
One time I just lost a tooth, but I don't know what we're talking about today.
What?
Two. I lost two.
You lost two.
But now, but now one is growing. One already just grow up like my mommy's, but the one is still growing.
Did you get money from the tooth fairy also?
No, I don't have money. I have Nutella.
You got Nutella from the tooth fairy? Wow. What about you, Juliana? Did you lose any teeth?
I lost 2.
You lost 2 teeth. Did you get money from the tooth fairy under your pillow?
Yes.
How much did you get?
The first time I got a $2 bill, and the second time I got a $1 bill.
I see. Very cool. Well, it's a nice way to make money, but it's pretty tough to make money this way because eventually you're going to run out of teeth. Right? Speaking of teeth, yes, Juliana. Dove, come here. Dove, we'll bring that stuff in a second. Come sit down. We're talking. Mila was showing us how she lost a tooth. Come on, quickly. Come on, Dove. Come look at Mila's tooth that she lost. Mila, can you show Dove your tooth that you lost one more time? Hold it up really close to the camera.
We don't see it. Oh, yes, we do see it.
Ah, look at that. And then she got money from the tooth fairy. And
look at mine.
And Juliana got money from, yes, Juliana.
Once. The first tooth I lost was on my mom and dad's anniversary.
Interesting. You How did you lose it? Did you lose it while you were sleeping, or did you lose it while you were eating?
I yanked it out when I was sleeping.
Oh man. So did you swallow it?
No.
No. Hey Dove, we need you, buddy, because I'm gonna tell him the reason we're talking about people's teeth right now is because we have something interesting going on with teeth at our house as well. Dove, you want to come tell everybody? Something going on at our house that involves teeth. Can you come and tell people what's going on today?
Isn't the cats are losing teeth?
Very close. Our cat is at the veterinarian because our cat has a dental appointment. Our cat has to have his teeth cleaned. So he's at the veterinarian all day today. Yeah? So you're not the only one that's got teeth stuff happening, Mila. Okay, great. Let's start with our lesson. Rami, are you there? I can't see you or hear you.
What are we talking about?
We're gonna Yeah, Dove is gonna come and tell you. Dove, I need you to come and
What are we talking about?
the kids are waiting to hear about the topic, Dove. Everybody's waiting on you now. Everybody's waiting. Come and introduce our topic today. Come sit down in the big chair. Dove is gonna help us lead our green schoolhouse today. He actually came up with this idea for today's lesson. You want to sit up on your knees so they can see you a little bit better in the camera? Excellent. Oh, no, not on your feet. Sit down. I know he's wearing shorts. It's very warm today, so Dove is wearing shorts. And we're both wearing orange tropical shirts. Okay, so Dove is going to tell us what we're talking about today because Dove came up with this idea. It's his idea for today's lesson. Okay, Dove, so go ahead and tell our friends what we're talking about today, okay?
Today we're talking about types of cars.
Very good, that's right. Today we're talking about cars.
Freezing. The internet is freezing.
It's freezing? All right, let me see what I can do to fix it.
Yes. I don't know something.
All right, so I guess you're not leading our lesson today? Okay, I'll take over then, since Dove is not ready. Okay, you ready, guys? So today we're going to talk about cars. I'm going to share my screen, and you tell me if you can see my screen okay, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. So today's lesson is going to be indeed about cars. So here is our Green Schoolhouse Presents. Let me see if I can move this over here. The Green Schoolhouse Presents Cars. Yeah? Look at all these different types of cars. Let's learn about them. Have a seat. Let's learn about them. I'm going to tell you some really interesting things about cars. Who knows? Does anybody know? This is probably a long shot, but does anybody know what the car in the top left-hand corner is called? This one here, this really old-looking one, this green one with the gold front. Anybody know what that car is called?
No.
No, that car is called a Model T. A Model T. And this car was invented long ago, over 100 years ago. So it was before your great grandparents were born. That is the Model T. So let's take a look at them. There's our Model T car. This was one of the very first cars that was available for people to buy in America, and it's called the Model T Ford, and it was invented over 100 years ago.
Is there still those types of cars?
Well, people still have them, but they just collect them. I mean, they could probably still drive them, but there are probably very few of them left, right? And then we have another car, which is this one. You guys know what this car is?
No.
This is a car from the 1950s. It's called I believe it's a Dodge, and it's from the 1950s. And this car was built around the time that many of your grandparents were born. So when your grandparents were born, when your grandparents were your age, when grandma and grandpa were your age, like you, this is the kind of cars that they were driving. I mean, this is the kind of cars that they had at that time. And this is called a station wagon. And this is a car that was around in the 1980s. So this is the car that was around the time that I was your age, or maybe a little bit younger.
What?
This car right here, this kind of car is the kind of car that we had when I was maybe, 3-4 years old, something like that. That was one of the most popular cars. And this car, who knows what that car is called?
Tesla.
That is a Tesla. That's right. That's an electric car. And that is a car that we see on the road today, right? Very good. So today we're going to talk about cars and everything related to cars, and we're going to do some fun stuff with it. So the first question I have, yes, questions?
No, while we read the book.
We're going to do some other fun stuff. We'll see if we have time to read a book. We'll see if we have time today. So
Okay.
here's my question for you guys. You see this guy here? He's like a caveman. He's one of our ancestors, right? He looks a little bit confused. The question is, Juliana, can you read what that question says?
What did people do before cars?
That's right. What did people do before cars? How did they get around? How did they move things? They walked. What else did they do? Did they ride giraffes, Mila?
They rode horses. Yeah, they rode horses. Horses and camels.
They rode horses. What else did they do?
And camels.
And camels. Oxen.
Oh, and they ride oxen?
They used oxen to transport stuff. Yeah, we'll get into that. So before cars, it was very hard for people to travel long distances easily, right? To get from place to place, it would take a really long time. Like it would take you probably, if you wanted to, Mila lives in the South Bay. So that's about an hour south of San Francisco by car. But if you were to ride a horse to get to the South Bay, it would probably take you, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours. And your horse would have to stop to eat and to drink, right? And your horse would probably be pretty tired by the time you got down there. But if you had to walk from San Francisco to the South Bay, boy, that would probably take you like, what, 2 days, a day? And then it would be a long, because it's about 50 miles. To walk 50 miles in a single day is pretty hard. I think maybe it would take you 2 days to walk, and you'd have to take breaks, you'd have to eat, you'd have to sleep, right? So before cars, it was really hard for people to get from place to place. It was really inefficient. It would take a really long time, right, to travel on land from one point to another. Not to mention that if you had to move some really heavy weight, let's say like you needed to move a couch, or let's say you needed to move many heavy pieces of wood from one place to another. Now we have big cars and big trucks that can move that kind of stuff. But way, way, way a long time ago, before there were cars, how could you move that stuff? As a human being, you couldn't just load a bunch of soup. You couldn't put a refrigerator on your back and take it from San Francisco to the South Bay, right?
Some horses carried carriages so you could put in the carriages.
That's very true. Some horses did carry pull a carriage behind them. And so, yeah, that's right, Juliana. People, what did they do before cars? Well, they figured out they could use animals to transport stuff, right? But let's say you can take a horse and you can put a bunch of stuff on the back of a horse. There's only so much stuff you can put on the back of a horse before the horse gets tired, right? So then people, there was a big change a long, long time ago with our ancestors, something that they invented that really helped them figure out how to transport things better and move better. What do you think that was? Does anybody know? Something got invented. No, not a car. Way before a car. Something got invented that made it much easier for people to move things and transport. What's that?
Giraffe.
Not a giraffe. They invented
Wheels.
the wheel, right? So if you look at this first one over here, that's not a donut. That's a wheel that's made out of stone, an ancient wheel, right? And then this one is a little bit more modern. It's made out of wood and it's held together by big pieces of metal and like a metal piece going all around it. And then you have a wheel here with spokes, right? It's a little bit more modern. Right here, this middle one. This is the kind of wheel that might be found on a carriage, like what Juliana was saying.
This is mine. This is mine.
And this kind of wheel over here, this one is more like the kind of wheel that you would have seen on that Model T Ford, the car that was around 100 years ago, this one here. So this big stone one, I was telling the kids, this is not a donut. This is a stone wheel. It's made out of stone. And this is an ancient wheel that's made out of wood and metal. And this is a more modern wooden wheel. Очень скоро. Дай мне, пожалуйста, его беда. Где он? А вот он здесь. So, as I was saying, this wheel over here, this big stone thing, it's not a donut. It's definitely a wheel. I don't know. It looks like a donut to me. You evil bad. It's not a donut, my friend. It's a wheel. It was made by our ancestors long, long ago. It's a piece of stone. It helped them move things around from place to place. No, it's a donut. Or maybe it's a bagel.
Now put him down. And then еще потом.
Okay. All right,
You might just say something another something
I understand.
funny thing, but not a type of
I understand. Okay, so these are all the, of course, the last one is the kind of wheel that we have on our cars today, right?
Yeah.
That look familiar? Okay, very good. All right, so let's continue. You can see how a long, long time ago, when people invented the wheel, it made it possible for them to move big, heavy loads like this, because you could make a cart, and then people could attach ropes to this cart, and they could pull it along, and having it on this wheel would make it easier for them to transport heavy materials, right? So, of course, what's the problem with people moving things, carrying? Yeah, people can get tired, right? They need lots of rest. What else is a problem with using people to move heavy things?
They can get sick.
They can get sick. Yeah, or what else can happen to people?
It can be really hot.
It can be really hot. They can get super tired. What else?
Lots of rest and not very strong.
That's correct. People are not very strong at all. I mean, people are strong when it comes to, lifting small things, carrying around children and, walking for long periods of time. But in terms of lifting really heavy weight and carrying it really long distance, boy, that's really hard for people, right? So the problem with using people to move things is that people are not very strong. They can get sick, they can get hurt. They need lots of rest. What else? People don't really want to work, right? They're kind of lazy. If you tell somebody, hey, listen, I need you to move all this heavy rocks on a hot day, and I need you to work all day long, people are going to say, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not very excited about this. When your parents tell you to clean your room, what do you say?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. Or clean up your toys. Think about what it would be like to move a whole cart of heavy rocks for many hours during a hot, hot day. Oof. Nobody wants to do that, right? So it's really people.
My dad would not want to do that.
People are.
Why would you want to
No, I wouldn't want to do it. People are very, very inefficient when it comes to doing that type of work. So in order to do that kind of work, to build some of the things that our ancestors built, like the pyramids, it would take thousands and thousands of people in order to make something like that happen, right? So then people figured out, well, people are not great at this type of work, but you know what is great? Animals, right? Animals are strong, horses are strong, and oxen are strong. We can, just like Juliana said, we can load up, now that we have a wheel, because we've already invented it, we can make a carriage, or we can make a cart, and we can attach it to some strong animals like horses or oxen, and we can make the strong animals do the work for us, right?
Yeah.
That gives us more power, and that means we can move more stuff and we can move it faster, right? But
Yeah.
of course, what's the problem with animals?
They are getting tired.
They can also get tired. What else?
We need a lot of animals. Get sick.
They can get sick. They can get hurt, right? What happens if a horse breaks its leg? That's it. It can't go. What else?
Stolen or killed.
That's right. Very good job reading, Mila. They can be stolen or killed. Yeah.
Be fed or take up lots of space.
Yes, they have to be fed. Can you imagine how much you have to feed a horse or a mule or an ox? You have to feed them a tremendous amount of food, and they take up lots of space. Have you ever been driving down the road and you saw a bunch of cows on a field? They take up a tremendous amount of space, and cows need to graze on the land. So you need to have a lot of land so you can have a lot of grass for the cows to eat. So it's very, very, it takes up a ton of space, also not very efficient. Plus, animals are also vulnerable. They can be killed, they can get sick, they can get hurt. So it's definitely much easier to move things with animals and transport things with animals and people. But of course, and people used animals for a really long time to help them travel and to move their things. But of course, animals are still not very efficient. So then, eventually, people invented engines, right? Now, an animal or a human being move their bodies through what? Using what? What do animals and people use to move their bodies?
Muscles.
Exactly. Who said that?
Juliana.
Juliana, amazing. That's right. People use muscles to move their bodies around. And what do you need to power your muscles?
Eat.
You need food, right? People can exercise and people can move heavy things and they can walk and they can run, and so can animals. But in order to make that happen, we need our muscles to work. And in order for our muscles to work, our body needs to have energy. And of course, in order to get energy, we need to get it by eating food, right? So that's healthy food, yeah. So that's how, not ice cream, not candy, right? Yeah, healthy food. So people and animals need healthy food to power their bodies. But then eventually people invented engines. And an engine is a mechanical thing. It's a thing that doesn't need food, but it does need a source of energy, right? We talked about this. Yeah, it needs gas. We talked about this a little bit in our lesson about electricity, right? You definitely need to feed an engine something in order for it to give power. But let's see how the engines work. Let's find out, okay? So that, what's that a picture of?
An engine.
Yeah, but what's the engine inside of?
Car.
It's inside of a locomotive, right? That first car of a train that pulls the whole train. And so let's see over here how a really basic engine works, right? You have over here coal, right? You guys have seen what coal looks like when you like barbecue in your backyard? Your parents put coal in the barbecue? Good. So you've got coal, and then that coal is set on fire and it burns, right? And then there's a tank of water. And what happens when you heat up water?
It gets hot.
It gets hot. And what happens when water gets really hot?
Steam.
Steam, exactly. The water evaporates and turns into steam, right? Well, when you have a bunch of steam in this closed pipe, in this closed system, the steam builds up pressure, right? The more, have you ever seen like when a lid pops off a bottle or something? There's a lot of pressure that builds up when the water turns into steam. And so this steam with that pressure moves this piston, right? And the pressure from the steam moves the steam, the pressure from the steam. The pressure from the steam moves the piston, and because the piston moves, it turns this crank, and the crank turns the wheels, right? So it's a very basic system. You burn the coal, the fire from burning the coal heats up the water evaporates and turns into steam. The steam generates pressure that moves the piston moves the crankshaft, and the crankshaft turns the wheels, right? And so now that people have engines, now suddenly you can have a tremendous amount of power, right?
Could you do what I did? So that does another silly thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll do that soon. So perfect. So we have a lot of power. So how powerful are engines? How do we know how powerful an engine is? Has anybody ever heard the term horsepower?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Yes, good. So horsepower is how we actually measure engines and how powerful they are.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going to explain what it means. It basically means, for a long time, people used horses to move move themselves and move all kinds of heavy things. And so we literally can measure how powerful an engine is in horsepower. So what is horsepower? Horsepower is basically, there's a formula. It's essentially how much weight can a horse move in a given time, right? So we can simply say, if you look over here at this picture, you guys, this horse right here, how many horsepower does one horse have? One, right? One horse is 1 horsepower. So 1 horse is 1 horse. Now look at this picture over here. If this is 1 horse pulling this guy on the cart, that's 1 horsepower. How much horsepower do 6 horses have?
6 horsepower.
6 horsepower, because it's 6 horses. Very easy. Yes, Juliana.
I made my own shoe.
You did? Amazing. Are you going to run in it later? Oh, you made your own shoe out of paper. Very cool. Yeah, so 6 horsepower from 6 horses. How much horsepower does this sports car have? 700. So the engine, 700. The engine inside this car is as powerful as 700 horses.
Now what do we got to see?
Is that crazy or what? It's like there are 700 horses living inside this car. That's how powerful.
I don't see the car. I don't see the car.
This blue car right here. You don't see the blue car?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
No? Okay.
No.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, perfect. Is that making sense to you guys so far?
No.
No, it's not making sense. People used to use very simple ways of transporting themselves and transporting heavy stuff. They used wheels, they used horses, and then once the engine was invented, suddenly the way that we transport things got a lot more powerful, right? And basically, you can put, 1 sports car has like 700 horses, the equivalent of 700 horses. So if you're making a lot of noise. All right, let's continue on, and I'm going to show you guys some other fun stuff because I'm going to ask you one last time, and then that thing is going in the garbage. Okay? All right. Oh, no, you guys. Guess who it is?
Riddler.
It's the Riddler again. Oh, my goodness, it's the Riddler, and he's got some more puzzles for us. So let's see if we can solve some of this clever Riddler's puzzles. Let's see if we can together name 8 cars. Can we name 8 cars together?
Yes.
Let's try. Dov, don't help them, okay? Because Dov already did this with me. Let's try to name 8 cars together. Okay, who's got the first one?
Prius.
Prius, very good. Oops, Prius.
Infinity.
Infinity.
Truck. Volvo.
Volvo. Who said truck? Lisa?
Me.
Very good. Truck. What else?
Tesla. Car. Truck. Tractor. Just a car.
Which
Just
one?
A car. Just a car.
Just a car? Well, let's be a little more specific.
Tractor.
A tractor. Okay, we'll take that. A tractor. What else?
A tractor. A pickup truck.
Oh, pickup truck. Very good, though. Pickup truck. What else? 2 more cars. What's that?
Police car.
Police car. Very good.
And fire engine. Fire engine car.
Very good. A fire engine or a fire truck. Very good.
Fire engine.
Well, you guys did that one really fast. Take that, Riddler. Riddler's got nothing. Okay, great. Let's play our next game. That was really fast, you guys. It's too easy for you. You're too smart. 8 types of cars. We named them very, very quickly. Let's move on to our next thing. We're going to play another game of Unscramble like we played yesterday. But this one is good. Not right now, after the lesson. After the lesson. We are going to play Unscramble. This one is going to be a little harder than the one we played last time, okay? So who can unscramble this for me? These are all going to be cars, types of cars. Who can unscramble this one? Dov, don't help because we made this together, okay? Dov made this with me today. So the Riddler's got a riddle for you. Who can unscramble this? It's 2 words. Let's unscramble this word over here. First, this word from 3 letters. Who can unscramble that one? Car. Very good. Okay, so we know it's some type of car. What about this word?
Police.
No, not police. It's got a T in it. Let's see if we can unscramble it together. I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter S.
S-cream. Sports car.
Very good, Juliana.
Can I show them all my sports cars, please?
Yes, very good, Juliana. Sports car. Excellent job. Dov is going to show you some sports cars now. Dov, come show the sports cars. Dov got
I've had a lot of practice doing unscrambling. This is a dino car.
You had a lot of practice on scrambling?
This is a dino car.
Okay.
This is a Porsche sports car.
Mm-hmm.
This is I don't know what this one's called, but it's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
This is a very big engine.
Very good. Okay, let's see if we can unscramble another thing. Dov, can you go upstairs and go to your bookshelf and see if you can find us a book about cars?
Oh, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Here's the sports car.
Oh, look, Juliana's got a sports car. Excellent.
Oh, where?
Right. Show us, Juliana. Show us one more time. Look at that. That's cool.
Oh my gosh, she's like a boy.
A red one with green wheels. Okay, great. We unscrambled sports car. What about this word? Let's unscramble this. This is also, oh, Rami's got a car. Very cool. Who can unscramble this one for me? Good, Rami. Very good. A truck. Wow, you did that really fast, Rami. Nice job. A truck. Boy, the Riddler.
That's what I want to say.
Okay, Lisa, maybe you can help us with this one. I'll give you a hint that starts with the letter M. Whoa, nice car, Rami. Nice truck. It starts with the letter M.
I don't remember that one.
I'll give you a hint. It's something that, it's a kind of car that big families often have.
Autobus.
A minivan. Very good, Rami. A minivan. Excellent. Okay, let's look at the next one. Oops.
Electric cars.
Electric car. Sorry, I did that backwards. Okay, nice job on scrambling, you guys. Now we're going to play a little game where we divide things. Let's see if we can do this one. So here's the riddle. Let's think about this carefully. If we have 8 people and 4 people can fit in a car, how many cars do we need?
2.
Excellent job, you guys. Really great. Really stellar. Nice work. You answered that so quickly. You guys are really smart. 2 cars. That's right. 8 divided by 4 is 2. If we have 8 people and only 4 people can fit into a car, we'll need 2 cars.
Can you do harder division problems?
Sure I can. Here's one right now. If we have 20 people and 5 people can fit in a car, how many cars do we need?
4.
Wow, you guys are super good at this. That's right. We need 4 cars. Okay, I guess this is too easy. How about this one? If we have 3 cars and each car has 40 horsepower, how much horsepower do we have total?
30. 120 horsepower.
120. Well, you guys are sharp like a knife. Amazing. You are so quick. Dove, they just destroyed our riddles like you wouldn't believe. They just like, Rami and Juliana especially, they just like blew through these riddles like instantly. Like in 10 seconds they were done. I thought these riddles were going to take a long time. Turns out these guys are super duper smart. All right. Thank you. Very good. Thank you very much. Yes?
I know powers.
You know powers?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so you're way ahead of us. Well, we're all of us are different. This is right, 120 horsepower. All of us are totally different levels here. But if you want to, I can give you even harder problems. You want some harder problems?
I want harder one.
Oh, yeah, harder ones? Okay. All right, we'll do it. I'll write one for you right now. So let's make one. I'm going to close out of this. And let's make a harder problem. Let's make a harder problem. If we have 30 people and 3 people can fit in a car, how many cars do we need? If we have 30 people and only 3 people can fit in a car, how many cars would we need?
3.
Nope, not 3. We have 30 people and
4.
only 3 people can fit into a car. How many cars would we need?
4. 6.
Not 6. Let's do this together, shall we? Okay.
7.
Not 7. Hang on. Let's do this problem. Okay, stop guessing. Stop guessing for a second. We're not going to guess. We're going to solve this problem together. We have, what did we say? We have 30 people and only 3 people can fit in a car, right? So let's make 30 people and see how many cars we'll need, okay? Okay. So here is, this is going to be our first 3 people, or we're going to do it like this. Here's 30 people. Ready? X, 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 X. That's 5 people.
10.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 people, right? And then here's 10 more. Let's copy this. And here's 10 more. That's 30 people, right? Now we know we can only put 3 people in each car, right? So let's put 3 people in car number 1.
1, 2, 3.
We're putting 3 people in car number 1. Ready? Ready? Boom. 3 people in car number 1. Now, how many people do we have left?
That's done. Pay attention.
Ten cars. 10 cars. We can't hear you, Sasha. We don't care. You are unmuted, but we don't hear you. We don't see you. We don't hear you. Can you say something?
Check, 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 check. Hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Check, check. Hear me now? Hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, great. Back to the cars. Back to the cars. So Rami is right. It's 10 cars, but I want to illustrate this and figure out how we know it's 10. So we had 30 people, right? That was our 30 people. We put 3 people in car number 1. We put 3 people in car number 2. We put 3 people in car number 3. Excuse me. We put 3 people in car number 4. 3 people go in car number 5. 3 people in number 6. 3 people in number 7. 3 people in 8. 3 people in 9. And 3 people in car number 10. That's how we know. I asked you to not do that before. That's how we know we need 10 cars for 30 people, right? Should we do one more problem?
No.
No?
I
Okay.
don't want.
All right, just one more. Just one more, and then we'll read a book together.
No, I don't want to.
We'll read. Lisa,
Yes,
Lisa, hang on a second, guys. I want Lisa to help me solve this problem. So nobody answered, just Lisa, okay? Lisa, if we have 6 people and only 3 people can fit in a car, how many cars do we need?
2.
2, very good. And Lisa, if we have 9 people and only 3 people can fit in a car, how many cars do we need?
We need 3.
Exactly. And if we have 15 people and only 3 people can fit in a car, how many cars do we need?
We need 15.
No. So let's do this again real quick, right? We'll do it together with Lisa. 15 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 people. Now, 3 people go in car number... Lisa, walk me through it. 3 people go in car number 1. 3 people go in car number
2.
2. 3 people go in car number
3.
3 people go in car number
4.
and the last 3 people go in car number
5.
So 15 divided by 3 is
5.
very good, Lisa. Nice job. Mila, do you want to do one?
No.
No? Okay. All right, perfect. So let's stop sharing our presentation here. And Dove brought us some great books. I love this book. Anybody know this book here?
It's about cars.
It's about a little blue truck. And I love this book. I used to read it to Dove all the time.
Wow.
I'm going to read this book to you guys. Ready? No, this is in English. Yeah? Okay, so this book is about a little blue truck. Horn went beep, engine purred, friendliest sounds you ever heard. You guys remember our lesson about rhyming?
Yes.
As I read this book to you guys, I want you to listen for the words that rhyme together, okay? Horn went beep, engine purred, friendliest sounds you ever heard. Which are the two words that rhyme here?
Herd and bird.
Heard and purred, right? Purr is like what a cat does. Little blue truck rolled into the city. Beep, beep, beep. Isn't it pretty? Which are the two words that rhyme there?
City and pretty. City and pretty.
City and pretty. Very good, you guys.
Silly and pretty.
City and pretty rhyme together. Look at the big city and the little tiny blue truck there.
Where?
Right there at the bottom. Coming into the city. Towering buildings scrape the sky. Beep, said Blue. The city is high. Which two words rhyme in that little poem?
High and sky.
High and sky. Very good. Zoom, roared trucks down the avenue. The city is fast, said Little Blue. Which are the rhyming words there? Zoom, roared trucks down the avenue. The city is fast, said Little Blue. Which are the rhyming words?
Avenue and blue.
Avenue and blue. Very good. Here's our little blue truck driving down the street. Perfect. Shove on, Shorty, yelled the double-decker bus. Remember we talked about doubles? I showed you guys a double-decker bus in our lesson a couple days ago. Shove on, Shorty, yelled the double-decker bus with big red letters. Rides are us. Yes, Rami.
Bus and us.
Oh, Rami's got the same, he's got a different one. He's got a different book about the little blue truck. I love it, Rami.
It's right here.
Yeah, we have that one too, I think. Nice job, Rami. Thanks for showing us that one. Shove on, Shorty, yelled the double-decker bus with the big red letters. Rides are us. Which words rhyme there?
Bus and us.
Bus and us. A grocery truck gave his horn a blast. Move it, bud. I'm first. You're last. Which word rhyme there? A grocery truck gave his horn a blast. Move it, bud. I'm first. You're last.
Blast and last.
Blast and last. Very good. Woo! Went a siren coming through. Busy police car. Things to do. Which
Mama.
words rhyme there?
Which she was.
Through and do, right? Swish, swash, swoosh went a big street sweeper, hollering, hey, better move, little beeper.
Sweeper and beeper.
Sweeper and beeper. Very good. Make way, yelled the limousine, the longest car you've ever seen.
Limousine and scene.
Limousine and scene. Very good. I've got His Honor the Mayor inside. It's important. Move aside.
Inside.
Inside and aside. Very good. Cars and trucks were all in a tangle. Everyone started to shout and wrangle. Which words rhyme there?
Tangle and wrangle.
Tangle and wrangle. Very good. Up roared a taxi. Screech went the brakes. Stop, yelled Blue, for goodness sakes.
Star.
What rhymes there?
Star.
Brakes and sakes, right? You might be fast and I might be slow, but one at a time is the way to go. What rhymes in that one? You might be fast and I might be slow, but one at a time is the way to go.
Slow and go.
Slow and go. Me first, said the limo, all puffed with pride. Then he gave a cough and his engine died. Pride and died. He was stuck right there with the mayor inside. Beep, said Blue. Would you like a ride? There's our limo where the engine broke down. And the little blue truck is offering some help. Everybody watching gave a shout. when the door swung open and the mayor stepped out. What rhymes there? Shout and
Out.
shout and out. His honor climbed up right on Blue and gave a speech the way mayors do. My friends, he said, what wonderful luck. Good
I
advice.
don't hear you.
Again? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me switch. You're kidding or you're not kidding?
No,
No?
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I
How about-
hear-
How about now?
Yes.
Great. One at a time is what we'll do. So single file. Hope, follow, Blue. Trucks and buses got in line with vans and taxis, and it all went fine. A taxi let a van go past, and the double-decker bus said, I'll go last.
Why there's some kitties looking out the window?
Yeah, there's some kittens.
Why can I see?
I think there's a kitten in this window here. Very good. Very good.
Wait, there used to be more. Wait,
Well, you'll find them later.
No,
Let's-
wait, let's see.
Okay, let's continue on, and then we'll look for them later. A marching band joined the big parade. Boom went the drums, and the trumpets played. They rolled along the avenue, and everyone waved to Little Blue.
Little Blue?
Little, like the little blue truck. They clapped their hands and yelled, hooray, for the little blue truck who led the way. Which two words rhyme there? Way and
Way.
hooray. Very good. There's the little blue truck solving the traffic problems in the big city.
One more.
No, one more. We got to go, Dove. No, we've got to go.
More.
Thank you, everybody.
No, could we just read?
I can read that to you personally.
Short one. It's very short.
You can read it to the kids yourself. All right, guys, if you want to stick around, Dove is going to read you a book. Show them.
I don't want to.
You don't have to. You don't have to.